Hola amores, and welcome back to the channel. And to those who don't know me, I am Maritza, currently a graduate master's student in psychology. And today we're talking about what? About what is the surprising ingredient of great sex, okay? The discipline that you are missing out, that you don't know of, and it's all going to be explained today by psychology. So let's get into it right now. And today I will start with a saying in Spanish that goes like this. La constancia vence lo que la dicha no alcanza. And it means perseverance wins what talents cannot reach. Okay? So my loves, today we're talking about great sex. Because yes, we tend to associate this, this amazing physical intimacy act with maybe something called spontaneity, with passion. And also, let's be honest, we also associate it with going with the flow. But what if I told you that some of the most satisfying, deeply connected sexual experiences actually come from a place called discipline? Yes, and I know discipline doesn't exactly scream super sexy, but hear me out. Great sex is not a magical fairy dust that sprinkles onto like a lucky couple. No, it's a dynamic, evolving, an aspect of relationship that, like anything truly valuable, benefits hugely from intentionality and yes, from discipline. So first up, and perhaps most importantly, my friends, is the discipline of presence, okay? Because in our super connected, easily distracted world, how often are we truly in the moment with our partners? How often are we there? Or maybe are we always worrying about work, thinking about the grocery list, or even maybe, I dare to say it, yes, we're scrolling through our phones right before that intimacy act, even maybe during the intimacy moment. So my friends, yes, the discipline here is very simple, but it's very profound. It is a choice, which is what? Which is choosing for yourself to disconnect from the world and to fully connect with who you're having sex with. Yes, or intimacy. Okay? It is the discipline of putting down your phone, of making eye contact, and also focusing on your senses and on the person's senses who's right in front of you. Because this is not about you being perfectly present 100% all the time. No, because we are all just human beings and we're not robots. But this is about having the habit of consciously bringing your attention back to the person who you are having sex with, to your partner. And at that shared experience, you do it again and again and again. Because believe it or not, it is the discipline of showing your partner or the person who you're with that right now, you are my sole focus. Right now, you are the most important person in the room. And believe me that that level of presence, yes, it is incredibly powerful and very erotic, tender, and also, yes, incredibly sexy. Okay, next up, my loves, let's talk about the discipline of preparation, okay? And yes, I know these words just make it sound less spontaneous, right? Less sexy. But hear me out. With this point, I am not talking about a pre-game playlist, all right? Though yes, if that's your vibe, then go for it. Do whatever you want. But what I'm talking about are these smaller, intentional steps that show that you value the shared moment of intimacy with whoever you're having sex with, okay? And this one here can look maybe like what? Like maybe you prioritizing your hygiene. Because let's be real, fresh breath, a sexy cologne, which by the way, I already went out and I picked my favorite fragrances for men, and I will put together that video for you very, very soon. But yes, my loves, a clean body odor can really make a huge difference and get maybe the ladies a lot more excited and ready for some nice times with you. So preparation here is what? It's all about what? It's about you ensuring that you have all you need in hand. Like maybe, I don't know, some lube or some protection for the moment for the lady. So maybe you're not scrambling in the middle of the beautiful moment where you just take so long to actually find whatever you're looking for that the mood actually vanishes. Okay, my friends? No. It can be also you about maybe creating a supportive environment, like maybe preparing to dim the lights a little bit, to tidying everything up, all right? Not having a messy place, okay? No, just making things nice and neat. Just maybe making the moment feel a lot more special. And at the end, I promise all these simple logistical things that happens, what? They will create a container of safety, of respect, and of readiness for both of you. And it also is going to show that you're just not reacting and getting everything out of a fleeting moment. No, you're actually actively creating a space for intimacy to flourish. Next topic here is about the discipline of self-care, okay? And yes, this one maybe will sound a little bit counterintuitive when we're talking about a connection with another person, with whoever you're going to be having sex with. But the reality is that you cannot show up fully to your partner, to the person, if you feel drained, if you feel stressed, and maybe if you feel disconnected from your own body. So the discipline of self-care is about you taking what? Taking your physical and mental well-being very, very seriously. It's about you getting enough sleep, moving your body in ways also that help you move and feel better about yourself, maybe eating more nourishing foods, and also managing your stress levels. All these things are very important, my friends, because when you feel good in your own skin, when your energy levels are up, and when you're not weighed down by maybe overwhelming stress, then believe me, yes, you will be a lot more naturally to receive. You will be more receptive to whatever comes along. You'll be even more creative and more present for intimacy. And yet also don't confuse my words. I'm not telling you that you have to be a super athlete. No, I'm talking about you, what? You honoring your body as the vessel through which you experience pleasure and connection with somebody else. So keep in mind, self-care is a prerequisite for sustained high-quality intimacy. Do not neglect it. Do not neglect your body, because for your own sake also, and for the sake of whoever you're going to be having intimacy with or sex. And next, my loves, which is an absolutely non-negotiable one, is the discipline of communication, okay? And yes, no, I do not just mean you talking like a parrot with somebody. No, I mean having the discipline to communicate about sex outside the bedroom, when maybe things are calm and loving and not full of expectations. So get into the habit to talk about it before. This means what? This means you maybe expressing and having the courage to say things about what? Your desires, maybe your fears, what makes you feel good, what you don't like, okay, but what doesn't feel good. It's also about the discipline of listening to the person who you will be having sex with, your partner. Truly listening without also getting defensive or making it always about you. No. Good communication is a skill. Yes, it is. And it requires discipline to practice, okay? It's about moving away from the unspoken expectations and the assumptions of making, and also moving towards a place of clear, respectful, and honest dialogue about your shared sexual dynamic, because it's very important. And my friends, understand that the discipline of communication will transform sex from what? From a performance into a partnership. And the partnership is where the magic really, really, truly happens. And the last one I will mention, which is not the least important, they're all important, is the discipline of exploration and non-attachment. And what is this? Well, I'll explain. This is the discipline to keep things from getting maybe stale, okay? This means what? This means you being willing to step out of your comfort zone to try something new, whether it's, I don't know, a new position, a new location, or maybe even a new toy, whatever it is that makes you each happy, or even just a new approach. You need to be open-minded. However, here's the key part. The discipline of non-attachment means you are willing to begin trying new things with a sense of curiosity and playfulness, rather than like with a fixed demand that it has to be like this and it has to be perfect, all right? Or that has to result into a massive climax. Okay? Do not think like that. Less expectations and a lot more openness is the discipline about what? About focusing on the shared journey of the fun and the discovery and the closeness that comes from being adventurous together with whoever you're going to be with. And hey, if a new idea does not work out, then that's okay. You can always laugh about it and try something else. Because the discipline is about you continue to show up and to continue experimenting and to detach your ego from the success of the act. And showing up with a smile, believe me, will keep things fresh and exciting and filled with possibilities. Because all this will keep that energy very, very high and will also keep the connection very, very strong. And as you can see, my loves, everything I explained is about great sex, but it's not about you being a superhero with a supernatural talent. no, not at all. It's all about the small intentional choices. Okay, it's about all these daily and ongoing disciplines that will create a very powerful foundation for intimacy. It's all about you being present, having preparation, having some self-care, good communication, and openness to exploration. And I know they might not all sound very, very sexy on their own, but when they're combined, I promise they form the bedrock of great sex life that is deeply fulfilling, deeply connected, and yes, unbelievably amazing. And with this, we have reached the end of today's video, but I invite all of you to connect with me through Instagram. Go and check out my other music relaxing channel here on YouTube. Go and see the channel's membership, and go check out also the matchmakingcupid.com, all in case you may find it useful. Once again, I am Maritza. I know that I will try my best to continue bringing you always ways on how to create a better bond with yourself and a more meaningful relationship with all those around you. Mwah. Till next time. Ciao, ciao, my loves. Ciao, ciao, my amores.